Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so when I went on the group again today, I couldn't find, the post, but hopefully it's just so very weird how the announcement is either in your face or not.
Right.
So I know it's on Jewel Loom. I know I posted it to the group. I saw that you shared it. So hopefully people will find it.
I,
So
oh, yeah.
So silly, so silly. Here's Sylvia and Fern. Hello, ladies. Nice to see you here. And Robin. All of the on-time students. I bet you guys never had. Did you get that? What was it called? The tardy, when you were tardy to class, and then
Yeah.
they gave you like the tardy pass. You had to like go to the main office to get the tardy pass. God, that was so horrible because I was definitely that person. I was very naughty. Believe it or not. So hey, listen, sorry about Wednesday. Just kind of got a little discombobulated, and then tomorrow there's a big to do, and I didn't even register in my mind. So thank you for being patient and understanding that we moved, kind of merged those lives into one for today, and we're gonna work on finishing the wrap bracelet. So this was the one that was made on the large goddess. And in a live, it came up, well, hey, can you do that on the small goddess? And we were like, well, think so. Pretty sure it'll work. But so last weekend, we warped the small goddess. We started to bead. I went ahead and finished my backside, which I'm not sure if you'll recall or not, but I had made mention that the warp in the backside was a little bit wider, and I was thinking that it was going to accommodate two of the 6 millimeter beads, but when I actually went to go and do that, it pushed it out too wide. So I was like, oh well, let me see what happens if I just continue my pattern of one bead. And that's obviously, it just was perfect. It just squeezed the warps together just enough. And you could see that I've got really nice consistency. Um, and I'm super excited to, at some point, obviously take this off. Did you leave yours where you were at, Sarah?
I've been working on it a little bit, so I don't have very much longer to go. Probably about
Okay.
maybe 20 more to add. And I did the double hole beads on the front, remember, and it was taking me forever. So
Oh,
I just picked out a check glass bead that matches. So it's gonna be two different kinds of beads, but I think it's gonna be really pretty.
I think it's going to be stunning. I cannot wait to see that. So that really shows the versatility of working the front of the goddess and having the space in between,
Yep.
and then being able to tell a whole different story on the back. I love, 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 love that. If you were not with us, or if you just want a quick refresher, let me go over some of the materials. So we are working with the small goddess loom, the small weaving goddess loom. You can work her on the front. You can use the back. And as you'll see in this demonstration, we are starting on the top front and going all the way back around. So a lot of workspace that you can use. I chose to work with Beadalon's cotton cord. I had this in my stash, and I saw that gray and I just started drooling. I was like, yum yum. So then from there, I was inspired to go to my box of goodies where I store my black and gray beads, and so that was my process and how I picked out my items. And then of course I'm a huge fan of the wildfire, so I'm going to be using wildfire to bead with the wefts. And then I had these absolutely gorgeous black agate gemstones drilled, yummy, yum yums. I don't even know where they came from. They were in the box. I'm like, sorry, but I'm going to use you now. Tools. I've got the Jewel Loom needles, flat nose pliers to flatten the wildfire so that the end will go into the eye of the needle, and then just some cutters, and I think that's pretty much it. So Oh, and then a button. So I have a button. Now, what I did this time, which I didn't do in last week's demo, but remember I cut a piece of 57.5-inch long cord, and then I folded it in half, right? And then at the end, I kind of fumbled around to get the button on. Well, this time I already added the button, and I just did a little loose knot so that I don't have to like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Okay.
Right.
So it'll make sense. It'll make sense here in a second. I'm thinking I might be able to just keep the camera in this position. Might be actually a little bit better. So I just took the loop and I skipped two of the prongs. Okay. And I'm just going to dip that into the camera there so that you can see. And then I'm just going to bring that forward, and I'm skipping 2 grooves. So let me just bring that again up to the camera really nice and close. So I'm skipping 2 grooves on the little grid right here. And then I'm going to bring that towards me. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. I can see that I'm pretty much straight, skipping 2 grooves again and keeping the tension. All right. And then I'm going to bring that around the back, skipping 1 groove because the grooves on the back are a lot wider. So the intention with the back of the goddess and the bigger grooves was so that you could use heavier material, perhaps like something you'd use for macrame or just a heavier fiber. So then I'll align that up on the back. Hold on 1 second and I'll show you. Demonstrations in the air are always so much fun. Okay, so then again, I see how it's all nice and straight. And then I skip 1 groove. Am I not laying? Oh, I'm not laying. Oh, well, it's not a deal breaker as we discovered last week. Okay, so now I'm in the same area as the front. We kind of went over that in last week's. And then what I'm going to do is just bring the button up a little bit tighter there. Okay, so now the button is laying on the grid. And then I'm just going to lay it down and I'm going to tighten this. This is a lot easier. Last week when I was trying to like thread the buttonholes and tie, it was like silliness. And I'm just doing a bow so that it doesn't get like in a knot. Okay. So now there's a continuous warp from the front all the way around to the back. Got it? Please post a pic of them in the Jewel Loom group. A pic of what? I don't know who that Facebook user is.
Oh, they were talking about.
Thanks, Connie. What's that?
Coconut buttons.
Coconut buttons.
Yeah, Jane said she found some coconut buttons and someone asked her to post it. And
oh, gotcha.
To post a picture. Let's see here. I feel like there was a question though that we missed. Just rolling back to see.
Let me see too.
I don't see it, so maybe not.
Oh, something about securing cone pearls. Have you got any suggestions on securing cone pearls? You'd have to show me what what that looks like.
Yeah.
Show me what that looks like. If you can post a picture in the group, and then Sara and I can better understand. Like, is it literally a coin? That's what a lot of people are saying. Okay, we'll show. I don't know why that's not resonating in my mind, but if you just show me a picture, then I'll better understand. I'm a visual person. Having a huge thunderstorm. My Carolina dog is crying and pacing. Yikes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know people have used for CBD for pets. You know, that make sure that doesn't have the THC in it. But I know that there are lines, you know, for pets. So, do you want to show a couple of rows or what your?
Sure. Yeah.
Since mine's all done.
Yeah. The I think though the button part of that, I want to be sure that I understand that part. If we can revisit that for just a second, because I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't. All I did was just pull the button up there and just tie it in with like a bow. That's going to be okay, right? Because I'm
For
not
now, yeah.
sure. Okay, okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
So if you think about like when we do the ends on the cuffs, you know,
Right.
so we have, right. So it's basically, you know, we've got to recreate the same concept that the button is somehow tied in,
Right.
right? And then the other end has to have the loop in order for the button to go through.
And that's all up here. Both of those
Yeah.
ends are together.
Yeah. So when you have the distance, between your first bead. Remember how I started down last week? I said, make sure you start down on your
Right.
goddess a couple, because this is going to end up being that loop that hopefully
Right. Right.
our thing goes through. So when I take this off, I'll better understand how I'm going to make that loop. It could be that I'm going to have to go get a piece of wire,
Right.
pinch these two together if
Okay.
the loop is too big. So I'm really not going to know until I take it off, because remember, I'm using like this ginormous, you know, this guy is pretty big. He's almost 3 inches, that button.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I cut it apart because it was an awful mess. The coin spin in the microfiber slid. Okay. Right. So you were just playing around with the concept of using a coin, and it wasn't, you know, next time, Vicky, before you got anyone, you know, before you're like, and you go disassemble, you know, show it to the group, because
Yeah.
myself, Sara, and all the other amazing talent in this group, they could have an answer.
Yeah.
You know, there could be a resolve, and it would be so fun to resolve it together.
Oh
And
yeah.
then guess what? If 731 people can't figure it out, then we're just, you know, then we'll just pass and we'll tell you, cut that off the loom and start over, girlfriend. But yeah, okay. Oh, thanks, Jan. Yeah, that's one of my favorite bracelets as well too. So this was actually with F&W. There was a kit, and it was the Portuguese tile bracelet. It is definitely something that I can reproduce. So I'll have to see if there's any interest, and we can get that back into the shop.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I did. It was suggested to use leather for the warps. Okay. Huh. Was there a picture in there, Vicky? I don't remember seeing. It's always a good idea to at least tag me in these types of questions, because then I know for sure that everything moves so quick. The feed moves so quick in the group. It's hard to even find this live sometimes. It's so crazy.
I know, and I feel like Facebook rearranges things on us when we're not looking. So.
Oh, they have to. They have to. I mean, it's insane. Yeah. Yeah, Robin, it's so true. It's so true. It's a really blessed group. Wow, Sara, this is going to be super pretty. What type of beads are those?
So these are just some check glass. I have like an endless supply of check glass.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just a fire polish. And I believe these are 6 millimeter. I normally use an 8 just because I like a big chunky bead, but I wanted to kind of stay with the same size as the double hole, the tile beads that I used on the front. So just figured the colors went together really, really well. So give it a try. Oh no, Jules, we lost you. Where'd you go?
Oh my gosh. I forgot to
I
turn
hear
my
you.
thing off. I know. It's like, doesn't the whole entire world know I'm on a live and the phone is ringing? It'll go away.
Gosh.
There we go. Okay. I am calling Jane. I am enunciating her name wrong. And so can you tell how does she?
For Jane?
Jane. Did I say Jan?
I think you did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my gosh. How come my screen is black?
I don't know. Well, you got the call.
Come on, are you kidding me right now?
I think it was going to come back up. I saw your little icon for just a second.
Wow.
Jane says she loves the 2-hole tile look. I do too. The only reason I didn't do the 2-hole tiles on the back was just because it was taking so long to attach those for the live. So I figured it would be a lot faster to finish this off with just a single hole check glass. But I think it would have been pretty to have those on the back too.
Well, this is just insane.
Uh-oh. Is she gone forever? Come back. We need you, Jules. Come back.
Okay, my voice is back.
Yep.
Sweet baby Jesus.
It's so weird that it took you away, though, and brought your voice back, but didn't bring your face back. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much doing everything I would know to do to get me to come back. I even removed myself.
Should we back out and come back in?
No, I'll eat. Maybe I'll just go over to the laptop. Bear with me. But you keep doing your thing and then I'll be
Okay. Yep.
hopefully figure out.
There you are.
Yeah, pretty. Oh.
Oh no. Where can I see how you started your bracelet? That's what Suzanne wants to know. So Suzanne, the one that we started this, so this is just the second half of the bracelet that we started last week. So if you want to watch the replay of last Saturday's Facebook Live, that's where I started this one. And you can kind of see how to add the 2-hole beads to it. Which there's actually a couple, I think we've got a couple of videos where we've used the 2-hole beads. So to kind of squeeze this last bead in here. So the technique is much the same. It's just the wrap bracelet part of it that is what makes it a little bit different.
Okay. So you can hear me, but you can't see me.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I might just have to walk you through. But I think you're gonna know intuitively. We'll see here in a sec.
Okay. It gets really tight here at the bottom though. So for those of you who have not done this yet, know that when you go to add those last beads on the front and on the back, you're working in a really, really tight little space here.
Yeah. And I did the double stitch where we go under, under the warps and then back over to lock in those last beads, the first and last bead.
Yeah.
Well, on each side, because there's 4, since there's the space in between.
Right. Okay. So just reinforcing this one a little bit and actually go back through and reinforce the entire bracelet, but I don't want you guys to have to sit while I do that. So just know that at the end, I am going to go back through everything, but we'll take this off before that. All right, I'm going to do a little half hitch knot here and then that back through one more time, and then we'll be ready.
Okay. Yeah, if you go to the media section of the group, every video and photo that's ever been posted, it's just like I didn't even know that. And one day I ventured in there and I was just like drooling. I couldn't believe, since day one, years ago when the group started, it was just a little baby.
Okay.
This is very strange.
We are ready. So walk me through this. What do we got to do now?
I feel like we're in surgery and okay, so untie your button.
Okay.
Because that's going to make everything loose.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to make you full screen. Hold on.
Okay.
Because that, no, that didn't work. Well, shoot, I do that.
Okay, so now if I slide the button, now we should just come right off, I think. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, it's not, oh my God, what a nightmare.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So now, wow, that's beautiful. Super, super beautiful. Okay, so wrap it around your wrist and see what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, those tile beads are fantastic.
Oh gosh, that's going to be really pretty.
Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
good.
wow. Okay, so now look at the loop.
Okay.
So you might have wanted to put that back on because you need to kind of like measure while it's on your wrist. You know what I mean? To get the best idea of like how much you need to shorten up the button area.
Right.
And then if you're going to have to do any type of knot or wire wrap on the loop.
Okay. Mine looks like there's going to be plenty of room and I'm not going to have to adjust a whole lot. I can probably shorten up the button just a little.
Okay.
But I think overall, let's see, let's pull this through there.
Yeah, I know.
I think yeah, that's going to be perfect. So if I shorten up the button and tie it down and then maybe put a knot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And
so do you understand that I mean, all you're doing is like shoring everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes so much more sense once you get it off. At first, I was very kind of confused about how the whole thing went together. But when you take it off, you really see it makes complete sense now.
Okay. So have you given any thought to what you're going to do to the space in between?
I haven't. I'm not really sure what I should do there.
Okay.
It's exciting though to know that it is there and I can put whatever I want to. So the space, I'm going to grab a ruler here. So the in between looks like it's going to be, we've got almost 1.5 inches of that open space there. So I've got 1.5 inches that I could do just about anything with, really. And I don't know. What do you guys think? What should go in between there? It's really cool. I'm thinking maybe to weave some fairy silk between there or some sari ribbon or something like that. Hey, I see you. I can't hear you though. How about now?
You're at I'm not supposed to be seen today. I'm in hiding.
So I'm just gonna do like an overhanded knot. And
Okay.
should I put a knot in between here, like before the button?
Um, I didn't put one on the big one, but hindsight, well, you know what? I didn't. I didn't leave enough hemp.
Okay. I think
So if you can, I would.
okay.
Yeah. Because that's just going to keep it even more. Um, yeah. Yeah. The fairy silk, this, yeah. That would look super hot in there. Yeah. I'm going to finish mine when we're done, and then I'll post a picture of mine.
All right. So add my button back. Okay.
Well, Nancy, if you wanted to weave in that area, you basically would be weaving by hand. So, you would just have to free form some, like you were stitching beads um, into that little area. Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Perfect.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing down here, just because I don't want
Yeah.
these to like
Yeah.
walk direction.
No, I totally agree. What is Donna said? No, I never got a thread burner. What the what?
I
What the
told
what?
you to send you one. You were supposed to get one. I'll have to get one and send it to you.
Yeah, I didn't get one. Um, you're back. No sound. Okay, that must have been a minute ago because you can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so there is that. That was easy enough, guys. All I did was just do a couple of overhanded knots. That's perfect.
Okay, gorgeous.
And then we have this space down here. And I don't know. I think
I
I think
wish I could show you mine.
yeah, I know me too.
All I did was I tied a knot onto one side of the warp,
Uh-huh.
and then I took some sari ribbon and I just literally hand weaved it in.
Right.
And then the other end, I tied a knot to the other side of the warp. And then I added remember that little wire bead I had shown everybody a bit
Yeah.
ago? Yeah, that's all I did on the large one. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the other one, but when we get done here, I'm going to finish mine real quick and so that I can post since I'm just a black screen. I swear. I do not get it.
So let's see here.
I'm looking at the middle and wondering why you couldn't continue with more beads. Well, you couldn't do it when it was still on the loom because
Right.
it would be, it would be very challenging, but we're all up for a challenge. So if somebody does it, show it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you can hand bead anything into the space in between. Like, you would just hand bead it. Is it better to use a huge button rather than a regular size button? So in your mind, what size would be a regular size button? So these buttons that I typically use are almost, I think these are an 1.75 inches. And then the one I'm using on my project is almost, that's a big guy. That's like 2.5 inches. So yeah, I think it makes it more fun too. I think you could do a smaller button though, like the small buttons that come in the kit, that come in the value button pack kit. Yeah, somebody tell Meredith I'm dying over here with that. Mute the iPhone and then, well, that's what I tried, Kimberly, and then it started screaming. Julie, you were muted on the other one. Mute the iPhone, then unmute the other one. Yeah. And then I don't know why it screamed, but it did.
That is kind of weird because it probably shouldn't have. That does.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Are you just kind of like wrapping, free-forming?
Yeah, just kind of
That's
going,
cool.
wrapping back and forth, and then just
Uh,
pushing it down and
yeah,
kind of making it.
that's super sexy. And you could even like after you create that bed, you could go back in there and sew, gosh, what are those cool things Nile has? They look like little glitter, not glitter, but sequins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that would be really pretty.
that'd be super sexy.
I am so in love with the space. Like
I
I want some more things that have this open space. I kind of
yeah,
freeform whatever I want in there. That to me is probably the most exciting part of this whole
yeah,
work. I really love that.
right. Well, and it's also a prompt to think about what you want to make space for in your life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Super, super powerful little space there.
Yeah. So what no longer serves us that we can make space for? And while you're creating this little space, you could be thinking about that, asking for guidance
Yeah.
and but creatively, oh my heck, like it lends itself to so many different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really pretty. Who's Sorry Ribbon? Is that Sorry Ribbon?
It's the fairy silk from
Oh,
Jesse.
oh,
Yeah.
from Jesse. Okay, Fairy is Jesse. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any fairy silk.
Do some fairy silk. Need some.
Can somebody hook a girl up? I
I
mean, what is it? What is it?
I can get you some fairy silk.
Well, it's so funny because we haven't had any shows since February. So you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
we haven't been able to go anywhere, see people,
I
see
know.
stuff, touch stuff, get stuff. Boy, if Tucson happens in February, I just predict like crazy, crazy women everywhere
Yeah.
running the streets of Tucson, Arizona, stuffing their bags with gems. It's going to be insane. It's
Yeah,
going to
I
be
agree.
insane. We'll be masked up with our gloves on and
Uh-huh. It's gonna be
and, we,
fabulous.
and we will be like, give it to me. It's mine. Yeah. And thank goodness for online shopping right now. You are absolutely correct.
Gosh, I know. Could you imagine if we didn't have internet and we're having to go through all this? It would be so lonely.
Oh gosh. Yeah. 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 Thank God literally for the blessing of having this technology. So Robin says that I'm new, not a great start of technology. Yeah. Whoa, I just lost you. Not familiar with this loom. To make the warp continuous, could you tie cord on and move the warp to be continuously?
Hmm.
Uh, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried that, Robin. But anything's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I have not tried that. You could wire wrap over the silk.
Ooh,
Ooh, that'd be
yeah.
sexy.
Good. You could wire wrap, and as you were wire wrapping, add some little small like
Yeah.
Swarovski crystals in there. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So pretty.
that'd be really pretty. Yeah, just pre-thread some Swarovski beads and
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, that would be really super pretty. In fact, it would just be fabulous to do this with nothing but Swarovskis.
Oh, I know.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, we take a lot of Swarovski to do a whole wrap bracelet.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna have to look at. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I have that many. Is there anybody? Do we have a Swarovski Queen King in the group? Like, does somebody have a stash of that? That's always coveted, right? Like it's not, because it's a super high end product. So it's not like with other things, that are gifted or.
Right. I know somebody who has a stash in their basement. In fact, you know somebody who has a stash in their basement too, Juliana.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. So basement. So that helps me to think about what part of the country. Are we gonna have to do a covert mission?
Probably should.
Dun 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 dun. Who's in? Oh, Fern has a stash of Swarovski. Do not disclose your location.
Yeah, do not tell-
Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's a lot of JTV people on who have bought their fair share of crystals.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh
Well,
gosh. Look at Steph, 3 boxes full. Oh my gosh.
goodness. Well, that's where our friend Fernando got
Uh
his. He used to be an ambassador for Swarovski.
oh,
Got a
that's
whole
right. He
set full, yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. A couple of our friends were Swarovski ambassadors. I don't even know if they still do that program, but
I don't think they do. I think they
I'd have to come to Knoxville. Okay, that's like the second or third time. I was thinking to myself, how far of a I've driven it before, like when we were moving from California to the East Coast. I have driven across country, but I can't remember how long it took, how many days from California to Tennessee. I'm assuming it would be a few days.
Yeah, it probably would be a day or two
Yeah.
at the least, I guess. It kind of depends on how fast you drive too.
Well, yeah. And I'd have to drive because I'll have Marlon Brando with me.
But you definitely should do it. You definitely should.
Yeah.
All right, so I just tied off,
Wow.
and I think that was really pretty, but I do like the idea of the wire, so I may do that afterwards and
Yeah.
add like some extra to it. And I like having the stuff hanging down from it too. So I'm not going to
Yeah.
off. I really like that. I think that's fun.
Well, you could put some beads on there too, like a big hold glass, green glass bead or something, or
Oh,
green
yeah.
blue,
That
something. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 3 days, we got 4 days, 5 days, 3 days nonstop. Okay, I have to stop. I have to sleep a little bit, people.
All right, I'm going to turn everybody back around here.
Okay. Wow. I'm so sorry I can't see everybody, but that was absolutely fun and beautiful. Candy's got a lot of Swarovski. I bet she does.
More road trips. Let's go. You can stop at Candy's and then make your way to me. And
Exactly. Exactly. I wanted to check out Indiana anyway. Wow. Can you put it on so we can see how fabulous it is? I bet the green beads draped over that little blue piece at some point. That's going to be really pretty.
yeah.
She's my dealer. Oh gosh, aren't we all each other's dealer? Seriously. Oh,
We're
Pat,
definitely
you're in Indiana.
enabling each
Nice.
other, that's for sure.
If I make it to Indiana or Tennessee, trust me, everybody will stop in Tempe and pick me up. Okay, you got it. You got it, Robin. Road trip.
Oh, it's gonna be so pretty when it's done.
Oh,
I love it.
gorgeous colors. Gorgeous. Perfect. Oh my
So
gosh.
pretty.
Okay, so we accomplished
We
that challenge.
we did.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that there is enough room and it's a little big. So
Okay.
I think somebody with a little bit larger wrist than mine, because I have like these little tiny skinny tree trim or tree limb wrists, but I think this would fit
Okay.
probably all the way up to maybe a 7.5 or an 8 for sure.
Oh, well, that's fantastic to know.
Yeah.
And that went around your wrist how many times?
3 times.
So that went around your wrist 3 times. So it probably would only go around a larger wrist twice.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So then if you really do want a traditional 3 wrap and you've got like that larger wrist of a 7.5 and above, then you definitely want to do it on the large goddess.
Yeah.
But then as I say that, I'm almost wondering if you couldn't wrap the goddess, small goddess, 4 times.
I'm thinking you probably could.
Yeah. I think somebody out there needs to do that.
Yeah, I think you could.
Yeah,
if
because
that ended up being too long, you wouldn't have to go the full length all 4 times. So you could do 3.5 or
right.
3 if you needed it or whatever. You could configure it so that it was the right length.
Okay. Awesome. Well, this was fantastic and great timing. And I'm so sorry that I can't see you. I'm going to finish mine. I'm going to do the space in between, take it off. I'll post a picture of it. And yeah, so are we already towards the end of the month?
We are at the 20th. We've got 1 week left.
Is that a...
Let me check the calendar here. Let's see. So,
Wow, Vicki, I'd love to see those.
So actually the last day of the month is next Wednesday.
Okay, so that's the day that you'll post to have everybody submit their any type of fiber work that they did to get into the free gift.
Yeah.
On one of the looms. It's got to be on one of the jewel looms. So you've all been showing what you've been creating with fibers, yarn, etc. So next Wednesday, Sarah will post to do a shout out. And then you, just like last month, you'll post your picture of your finished project. Remember, if you already did it, you got to do it again so that you could go into the magical, whatever that is, so that we can pick a winner. And then I send you something that I put together for you. So, and
So
it's, yeah.
do we want to have everybody post, say, Monday and then announce the winner on Wednesday?
Oh, because we have a live. We could bump it up. I'm going to let that be everyone's. What does anyone say? I've got Wednesday is the 30th. Wednesday. Waiting on my fiber loom. What's the height of the small goddess? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do they need the extra 2 days to finish anything?
If we waited, if we posted, everybody posts on Wednesday, then we can do the winner announcement on Saturday, that following Saturday.
Right.
So it's up to you guys. Either way.
Yeah. Whoa, that's not right. Does anyone want to chime in on what they think? Do you want the last day of the month to submit your projects, or do you want Monday? Do you want a couple extra days? So Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but the overall length of the small goddess is 11 inches and the working area is 10 inches. And her width is 5 inches. We're procrastinating freaks. Right on.
And
Okay.
Vicki says, where do we post? So we will post. Yeah. It'll be a post in the group. It'll have the call to action, and then you will post underneath it as a comment, and you can just upload your picture as your comment, and then that will be your way to enter into the drawing.
Right. So we'll do a call to action on Wednesday. Sarah will do the post. She'll give you all the it's pretty easy peasy. You just follow her on Wednesday from the post. And like she said, put your picture. I don't need any extra days, but I've been saying the end of the month. Okay. So we'll keep it that way. We'll just keep it that way. And then we'll just be consistent. What was I just talking about? Being organized.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this will be, being consistent. We'll do that. Got to stop the squirrel. Oh my gosh. I'm so bad. Okay. I don't need, and then thank you. I want to try. Oh, Sandy. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything I guess the only thing that I can tell you about, like in regards to the shop, so we're moving one of our locations over October 28th, no, September 28th through October 2nd. So as you know, if you've already ordered from the jewelloom.com site, shipping is like amazing. It's like super duper duper fast. We pretty much get the orders and we're processing and shipping. Like it's been pretty stinking cool. But during that time frame, September 28th to October 2nd, we'll be receiving orders, but it'll take a few days extra to ship them. So if you, just so you know, because I don't want anybody to get their panties in a pinch. Don't get all upset. So if you need something or you want to get your orders in, then I would do it by, what day is that? Monday? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that might be Monday.
Yeah.
So, wow. Gosh, it's happening quick.
Yeah.
So
This month
thanks.
Bye.
This month flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, yeah, good. So we're entering into the holidays. Oh, and so I'll just talk a little bit too. Again, you know, Nile invited me to be a part of his second anniversary event in December. They buy an event ticket that includes the 4 project kits that Nile designed and put together and is teaching. And then he asked a few people, myself, Jill Wiseman, I can't remember anyway, but we will be, each one of us has a night. I'm Friday night. And so I'll be teaching. He asked me to teach some weaving. I designed something, a little kit that's only going to be available to those people who attend his event. And it's pretty stinking awesome.
And I just dropped a link to that if you guys would like to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that is extra. That is extra. So you pay to go to his event, and then, you know, you're not paying extra for me to teach you, but the little kit that I put together would be extra, but you're going to want it. It's pretty stinking awesome. And then I have something. Oh, sweet baby. Yeah. So we'll have to, I think you've seen it. Shines bright at night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys will just have to wait.
Yeah. So you and I need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think we're pretty good. Let's see. Here's a link, and thanks. Having fun. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Perfect. Sorry that you can't see me, but
Oh
well. I don't know. That was so weird. So weird. Thank God we didn't lose you too, Sarah.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic piece. All right, I'm going to finish mine and I'll post a picture.
Sounds good. Yeah. And
Okay.
I'll see everybody else finished one. Post it to the group so we can see it.
Yeah. And then we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll talk to you, Sarah. Okay. Love you. Bye.